Hello mirrors. So today I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. I will be doing both the general and a love reading. Those timestamps are down below, so if you would like to quickly go from one to the other, there will be a few introductory remarks. So if you would just rather skip those, the timestamps are in the description box. If you're new here, my name is Whitney. I did this last time. My name is Whitney. Welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. Okay, so what do I mean by I did this last time? So I already filmed a video for you guys, okay? It was late, as is this video, so this is going to apply from mid-October till the end of this month, and I do apologize for that. I just had a lot of things go on, but I recorded a amazing video for you guys a few days ago, I think about 2 days ago, and when I sent the file over to my computer, it got corrupted in the process, and it was my fault. Rather than copying it, I made a complete move, so I won't be doing that again. But I'm really bummed, guys, because it was a really good reading. There were a lot of synchronicities. One thing that came out quite a bit was that you guys need to mother yourselves, okay? I literally got 4 cards about mothering. It was absolutely insane. So I wonder if that's going to come out in this reading and what kind of like synchronicities are going to come out. I'm really interested to see. If you guys want a private reading, that information's in the description box. For October, I'm doing $5 for your first question. You will get a 10 to 15 minute video, and it'll be the same for every one after that, but you'll just pay $7 per question, 10 to 15 minutes per answer, okay? Let's see, is there anything else? I think that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on. Again, if you want to just jump straight to the love reading, that information will be down below. So what is going on with Pisces? The 8 of Wands in reverse. Weird. That was the first card to come out last time, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah, in the reading. But it was upright. So I'm going to try not to make too many comparisons, but I will take note of the similar ones. King of Wands in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse. So there's your card in the reverse. Lots of reversals. And we have the 5 of Wands. Wow. Okay, 3 wand cards and your card in the reverse. Okay. So because there's so much wand energy and we have the Moon, there is some type of spiritual awakening or at least a spiritual decision. This month could be very spiritually guided. Something to do with the progress of your soul, okay? But I'm sensing some stagnation here, of course, with the 8 of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse. And then the only upright card we have is 5 of Wands. I will clarify each card to get a little bit more in depth. But based off of these 4 cards alone, I see something is stopping you. This could be a masculine figure in your life. It could be that you're waiting on something to come through. I'm feeling something that can progress you forward. So some of you guys might be waiting for like a job offer. You might be waiting to hear back from an interview. You might be waiting to hear from, someone that you're interested in. But this isn't the love portion, so that's probably not going to be true for a lot of you. If it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel like a lot of you guys are out of your element. For some reason, you might be feeling a little out of your element this month. But I do energy readings, so one of the big things that I intend for when people come to my channel is that they will use the advice to turn things around or to better cope with what they're going through. I don't read the future because the future is always changing. We are in a multiverse. I do not call myself Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot for nothing. This reading is for you to make your own personal shifts in your mind and in your actions, whatever feels right for you. So this does look a little tough, guys, but a lesson with the 5 of Wands, especially in this deck. If you can see, they're all using their wands to come up and light this fire right here. So something to remember with the Five of Wands is that the difficulties in your life are there to push you forward, okay? Whatever is happening now that you may feel stagnant in or you may be struggling with, it's ultimately there to help you reach higher heights, okay, to get you to the next level. And as long as you remember that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to accept what's happening. So I've been using this deck and to clarify this month. So this deck is from Five Below. It is a very, very, very flimsy deck, but it is only $5 and it does come with descriptions on each card. So it's a really great beginner's deck. So you can either go to the store or you can go online. Ten of Pentacles did in the reverse came out last reading too. So I do find that interesting. Okay, so the first card here, we have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. In this deck, it says money, contentment, signing of money agreement. Okay. Again, I don't actually connect to these messages that much. Some of them I do. Sometimes I will incorporate them. So something is stopping you from this Ten of Pentacles energy. And I believe I got this within that reading that I had that got corrupted. Something isn't quite right in your world. I think that you might have had some sort of epiphany recently that you really want more. And it may be that maybe you've been pursuing a relationship that wasn't quite what you thought it was, especially with King of Wands and Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I'm not in the love reading portion, but I feel like this has affected so much of your life. If you have gotten out of a relationship recently with like an F-boy, F-girl, or someone that just wasn't giving you that kind of energy that you deserve, someone that continued to put you in the same type of cycles where you were going through the same things over and over and over again, and you were just giving and they were taking. They were lying, manipulating. That can be true for a lot of you guys. And I think you're at this place where you realize that you are settling and you've stopped yourself from progressing. Now, this does happen because oftentimes we are moving forward in multiple aspects of our lives, say our careers, our friendships, our spirituality, etc. But if we continue to cling on to something that isn't on our vibration, it pulls us down with us. It makes us move a lot slower. It's like walking through quicksand. You're still progressing because it is the nature of reality, is the nature of being alive. We're always progressing, even through times where it feels like we're not progressing, because we're learning, we're experiencing, we are unlocking parts of our souls, even when we're in the shadow. But this feels like this sudden awareness that this person or thing, because this doesn't have to be like another person, guys. I think it will be for a lot of you, but it could be staying at a job or whatever that just isn't vibing with you. Some sort of thing that isn't in alignment with your soul's higher purpose. And I feel like you've had this awakening about this. Could be from this month, could be very recently. It'll be different for each of you. Now, I do find the moon with the high priestess both in the reverse, saying that there's something that you're not quite seeing. And I'm hearing to draw a card. No, I'm hearing to draw two cards. What is it that you may be missing? What is Pisces not seeing with the high priestess in the reverse and the moon in the reverse? Both of these things have to do with inner knowing, inner wisdom, intuition. Some sort of intuition is off. To get both of these cards together is, both in the reverse, is quite telling. Okay, we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. And we have the Nine of Swords also in the reverse. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So whatever the situation was, you were only seeing it from one direction. So maybe you were only seeing it from your own perspective. Maybe you were only seeing it like in this kind of rose-colored glasses kind of way. And you tricked yourself into believing that it didn't cause you anxiety. You tricked yourself into believing that it's not that big of a deal. Now, this situation may have felt like a very big deal, but the fact that you might have stayed in it a lot longer than intended, there was some sort of illusion that you put yourself in. And it's like a coping mechanism. And don't feel bad about this. Pisces can often do this just because you guys are in alignment with the moon, with the psychic energy, the deep shadow stuff. And sometimes this involves actually living out the shadow, actually going through really intense situations where you're in the shadow and you're not quite seeing it, and your job is to break out of that and see things clearly. Like, Pisces are really, really strong intuitives, but that doesn't always mean they use their intuition. Sometimes it means you guys kind of like flow with your feelings. And I understand I have a Pisces North Node, so I'm also very affected by this. But we have these 2 cards at the end, which just to tell me something really great. Okay, we have 5 of Wands clarified by the World, which it says on this overseas trip, money, luck, world in the palm of your hand, new opportunities. And to me, I always think of the World as a fulfillment card. I think of the World as, it's my, I don't want to say it's my favorite card in the tarot, but I do think it's one of the best, if not the best cards. It is absolutely wonderful. Okay, so this is saying that you, at the end of this month, you are going to realize that everything that you've gone through happened for a reason, and that you're fulfilling a sort of destiny you have, and you're ready to start the next phase of your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and look into the oracle cards, see what kind of advice, any other information. We have expansion. This card seems to come out quite a bit. Educate your mind and your senses. So yeah, this is definitely getting out of that moon in the reverse, getting out of High Priestess in the reverse, getting out of the Hanged Man in reverse, because we have those 3 cards kind of where you're in the illusion. And this is allowing yourself to expand out of what you've thought of for a long time, because we end with the World here. That is amazing. Like, you're ready to see things from a whole new perspective. You're ready to break out of the mold. Okay, and this is all, feels like it's very much in like your mind, but also once you expand out of your mind, you're going to experience a lot of actual like real life situations, like real life manifestation. I was gonna say that too. That's really funny. So you're going to be manifesting quite a new set of things. I don't think this manifestation card is about anything, like one thing in particular. This really feels like, it really feels like just in general, because you're unlocking some of these doors that have been closed for a while, because you've kind of done it as a coping mechanism, which is completely understandable. Like, I feel like most people go through this kind of thing. So don't beat yourself up over it. But now that you're aware and you're starting to move on, your ability to manifest consciously is going way up. Okay, so let's get a Moonology card. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is so great. Okay, so what is the main chakra that Pisces should work with this month? These are also chakra wisdom cards that are from Five Below as well. The heart chakra did come out. No, the crown chakra came out. I'm sorry. In the other reading, let's see. Unconditional love. I allow myself to be open to giving and receiving love without fear of rejection. I give without expecting recognition or acknowledgement in return. When I am loving to others, I am helping bring out the innate love within them so they can feel uplifted, worthy, and cared for. I love myself the way I am, not the way I was or could be, and I extend this love to others. I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. So this reminds me a lot of, like I said, I pulled so many cards out about mothering yourself. 4 cards. This is what this feels like. Mothers love their children with unconditional love. And this month, I really think it's important for you to forgive yourself for maybe not seeing things fully. Like, again, don't feel bad about this. Every person on the planet does it. No one is immune from it. It's part of our awakening, okay? And you're going to need to forgive yourself for the time and effort you've spent in this situation, and don't feel like it was for no reason. Whether, again, if this is a job, if this is a relationship, if this is a friendship, if this is just like an addiction, it doesn't really matter what the specifics are. It really matters more that you take this time to love yourself regardless and to have compassion for yourself, okay? Let's see. the quote to meditate on is, do not say anything harsh. What you have said will be said back to you. Angry talk is painful. Retaliation will get you. And that is from the Buddha. So yes, definitely work with your words. This goes in alignment with the heart chakra. You don't want to say things you'll regret later. And even if you mean them, even if you feel them, it doesn't mean you always have to say it. It means you have to process it. Especially in a law of attraction universe, we need to understand that what we put out and when we act on our emotions, it can come back to us, okay? And so this is the reflection. This is the mirrors part of law of attraction and mirrors tarot, okay? So I really want you to understand that it's more important that you use that anger and those emotions to work through your pain versus just being very what is the word? Impulsive, okay? We have warrior woman. If you weren't afraid, what will you do? And I think this is your next step, guys. Even if you just contemplate this month and you don't necessarily take specific action, I think this is a good question for you to ask yourself. Like, if you didn't have to worry about anything, where would you go next, okay? We have balance, home life, and career. So this month is definitely going to be a time where you're more focused on yourself. If you're with somebody, yeah, your relationship is also important, but I see here it's more about family life, taking care of yourself, and making sure that you're moving forward in your career, that you're happy in your career. Then we have all tied up in the reverse, which is really great. I'm glad to see this card coming out. So yeah, again, you are getting out of some old belief systems, some old ways of thinking, some old ways of just being and allowing yourself to live whenever you know that you deserve more. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a difficult time. And I mean, at least from what I can see, this is tough energy, but it doesn't have to be if you just think of it like, imagine yourself just loosening up all these ropes that were holding you back rather than resisting all this energy that's trying to come out and trying to be processed. Really embrace it, okay? See yourself becoming more free. We have new beginning. Okay, wow. So the world came out, then this new beginning came out, and warrior woman, all of these things say to me that you are ending this old cycle and you are like for sure ready for this new beginning. This says, thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I'm ready. Okay, I was waiting for these cards to come out, mother and daughter. Yeah. This says mothering, teaching, sharing knowledge, nurturing, self-worth. So because these cards were coming out so much in the reading that I did before that I wasn't able to post, definitely mother yourself, nurture yourself, give yourself unconditional love. You are worthy of it. If you have children, or if you have, you know, a mother you're close to, or maybe even one you're struggling with, you might want to work through some of that energy this month. Spend some more time with your kids. But I think for most of you, this is specifically about nurturing yourself, loving yourself. It's okay. Like, basically telling yourself it's okay. What you've gone through, it's okay. Where you've been, what's led you to where you are now, like, it's okay no matter what. It's very important for you to know that. We have inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Holy moly, guys. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. The world. New beginnings. Warrior woman. If you were afraid, what would you do in inner earth? You'll survive this. New beginnings and solutions. Oh, I love the synchronicities, guys. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I hope this is what you guys needed to hear this month. We have a spark of the divine. I really like this card. I reignite the divine spark within me, and I recognize I am part of creation. So that is about that as well, guys. Getting closer, getting back to your roots, getting back to why you're here, allowing yourself to shed the old, allow the new to come in, allow this new spark of the divine to come in. So I'm going to end the general with this healing card. How can you heal temptation? Okay, so to have temptation come out through all of this is quite the thing. You may be tempted to go back to your old ways, okay? You may be tempted to go into old patterns. You may be tempted to blame yourself. You may be tempted to have limiting thoughts. So the big way you're healing yourself is to get out of that temptation, to get yourself out of the loop once and for all, and know that you are worthy of way more than whatever has been happening in the past, okay? It's really important that you recognize this month. It is very easy for us to go back in temptation because we are used to the loops. We're used to running back and getting into our comfort zone. But with all these other cards, guys, I feel like you are smashing it this month. This is just I don't want to say a warning, just an acknowledgement that just because you feel a temptation, like a little urge to go back, doesn't mean you have to. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just treat yourself like, you know, you're your own mother, okay? And I'm going to go into the love reading now, and let's see what's up, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, let's look into your love forecast for mid to end October. The Eight of Swords in the reverse, that's like that all tied up card. And the King of Wands upright. Okay, wow. King of Wands did come out in the first one. And the Sun. Okay, so what I was talking about before, guys, I think it's really important that you realize that if you were dealing with like F-boy, F-girl energy, to allow yourself to unfold out of that, like the pain, the limiting thoughts, whatever happened in the past, and to think positively for the future. King of Wands, it's not necessarily a bad card. I wouldn't describe it as a bad card, but if you're, a lot of times it can be F-boy energy, but if you're dealing with somebody who's like really, like you've met somebody recently and you really feel this big like spark of excitement, then this King of Wands could be saying like it's somebody who is spiritually aligned with you. But I'm going to clarify each of these with a Doreen Virtue Romance Angel card, so we can get a little bit more guidance here. Oh, wow. Okay. And then the Sun. Yeah. Okay. So with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, love yourself first is in the reverse as well. So this was saying, like I said, mother yourself, mother yourself, mother yourself. It's super, super duper important this month to love yourself unconditionally. That's what's going to help you get out of these like binds that maybe you've set for yourself, be able to take the blindfold off, see things for what they truly are. And you're going to do that by loving yourself. You in the past maybe were not loving yourself enough. You were putting someone else's needs before you. You were allowing somebody to step over your boundaries. Okay, you have to put those boundaries up. Your happiness is way more important than making someone else happy. So for most of you, this is going to be freeing yourself from this F-boy energy, okay? Again, if you are feeling like, if you are in this mode where you love yourself, you've been working on this, and then you're freeing yourself at the same time of your limitations and doubts, and you meet somebody who you feel like really strong towards, this is a good sign that it's a good thing. So it'll be different messages for different people. But we have the Sun with make the effort in reverse. So for me, this is saying this month might not really be the time to go out on dates or to really pursue the male. Let them pursue you. Just be happy. Just work on being positive, finding happiness in multiple aspects of your life, and I feel like it'll come to you. You're not going to have to make the effort. You're going to use your divine feminine presence, whether you're male or female, and this person is going to come towards you, the next person that you are meant to be with. But really this need to free yourself and to move on past the limitations of the past is a lot more important than pursuing a specific person right now. Know that they'll come to you when the time is right. Okay, but then we have spend some quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we're in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. So if you are in a relationship, a situationship, I know I just literally said the opposite here, but this doesn't mean that you're necessarily making an effort. If they are coming towards you, if somebody that you like is wanting to spend time, this is a really good sign to agree and to go out and do something, but you don't have to be the pursuer. I was going to get a card, okay, a couple cards to clarify this. Wow, okay, so if if you're with somebody, whether in a situationship or relationship, and they're a healing type of person, you can see them, you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with them. They make you happy. That's the type of person you want to spend time with. Again, that doesn't mean that you are the one that has to make the effort. It simply means that if they pursue you and ask you, I mean, if you feel drawn to make the effort, I'm not going to ever tell you not to, but I'm saying you don't have to. I feel like they're going to be magnetically drawn to you this month. And this could also be a sign for some of you guys to spend time with friends, okay? 10 of Pentacles involves everything. It involves having a great social life, a great work life, a great romantic life. It involves everything. So it could be talking about spending time with friends, from, you know, friends that you care about that can help you heal. We have divine will, let go of fear. Yeah, so you might be needing to let go of some fears this month. Let go of the fears of the past, okay? If you're scared that you're going to go through the same cycles again, well, that's what law of attraction says, is that what you fear is going to occur, okay? What you believe is going to happen is going to happen. So this month, you definitely want to get out of that, get out of any limiting doubts, any limiting beliefs, and you want to allow yourself to expand outside of your current constructs, like we saw in the general reading. A new start is coming. Wonderful. Yeah, we saw that again a lot in the general reading, right? That came up like 4 times. So we didn't get all this mother energy this month, but regardless, we do have a new start coming again. So it feels like either a new start with somebody in general, or a new start of a new cycle to where you are in a better place to connect with somebody. We have You Got the Love. So yes, this card sounds great on the surface, but we have Hadarian energy, which I'm not sure what that is. You may want to look into that if you feel drawn to, but we have codependency and boundaries. So you can love someone, but you definitely need to set your boundaries. You definitely need to love yourself enough to put up boundaries and not be codependent. One thing that did come out in the reading that got corrected was 9 of Pentacles in the reverse and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And finances and career. All of those were in the reverse. So this month, you want to maybe focus more on your career, focus on focus on your strength. I was saying focus and that came out, that's too funny. Focus on your strength as far as work goes and the direction you're going, because you're going to go a lot further that way, you know, than depending on someone else to meet all of your needs. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on the things that make you feel good and strong, like you don't need anybody else. And that is exactly what is going to attract somebody to you. Okay, we have fairy time shifts, dimensional slips, and gatekeeper. Well, that's really interesting. I'm going to just go ahead quickly and get one card to clarify this. But notice any weird like time shifts. When I see this card, a lot of times I think about being able to quantum leap. So you might want to look into that. I'm not going to really go into too much detail about quantum leaping. Page of Swords. So you're going to do this by creating a new thought pattern in your mind, a new way of seeing things. Okay, so this month, I think you really have the opportunity to go to the next level and like completely turn your life around, but that is completely up to you. So I'm going to grab a couple of these messages. This will either be from your partner or just messages you need to hear. This one fell right out. It says every song reminds me of you. And why do we keep hurting each other? Okay, so the first message, what I'm hearing more than anything, like you may be remembering somebody through music, or they may be remembering you through music. But what I'm hearing right now is go to your playlist, ask the universe a question, or even just think about your person. You may not need to ask any questions, or, you know, your potential person if you are single with no specific prospects, and hit random and either listen to the song, look at the title, feel the vibe. It's for you. That's your message, okay? And with why do we keep hurting each other, that really goes along with these boundaries. You need to set boundaries for the next relationship that you're in, or if you're in the current one, it's really important for you to set those boundaries so you don't hurt each other. Focus more on happiness, like we have the sun here. Focus more on that 10 of Pentacles, the end game, rather than everything that's not lining up, because you want to manifest something beautiful rather than to continue to hurt each other, okay? So that is it, guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, the information is in the description box. Go ahead and check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs if you want a more complete idea of what to expect in this month. But that is it, guys. I love you.